The Women's Economic Mobility Hub began in 2020 in partnership with the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation to support the work of 4 regional and 5 state women's funds who are focused on improving economic mobility for women in their communities. These organizations have been leading the way in innovating new models for philanthropy, and through this initiative, we wanted to not only support their efforts, but also provide access to research methodologies that would allow us to establish meaningful data to help scale this work and provide a resource for the wider philanthropic community.
The data that's been collected through this model is something that we will use to talk about duplication of these efforts. And in fact, there is a similar program at our sister fund in Southern Arizona where we have already learned from them and they from us. And that has informed the future of our program going forward with the data and with the initiative.
We've proven that it works. And in proving that it works, we demonstrated that for every family that gets out of the cycle of poverty and no longer has to be on public benefits is saving the state of Arizona $20,000 every year. In the long term, you're looking at millions of dollars that Arizona can reallocate to other programs, or perhaps allocating it to this specific program to continue to get families out of the cycle of poverty.
The data shows us not only how successful these models are at moving women out of poverty, but also just how much women's funds are able to leverage funding for greater support, expanding their capacity while increasing the services and grant-making they offer to their local communities.
By participating in the Women's Economic Mobility Hub, the Iowa Women's Foundation not only has seen our work expand and grow, we've also seen our visibility, our influence, and our recognition as a statewide organization grow.
One of the biggest successes that I'm super excited about when I think about where this work is going long term is scalability. We have incubated a model, we have a proof of concept, and now the question and the work begins on how do we take this and make it statewide. And so that is where the power of advocacy has really come into play. So since our partnership with the Women's Funding Network, we have been able to secure over $1.2 million in state appropriations to actually drive this work forward, and that is success.
We were able to leverage the funding from the Women's Economic Mobility Hub project and raise an additional $2.6 million from national funders to provide additional resources to our program participants.
In what has been an unprecedented year of challenges, especially for those most marginalized, our data shows that the participants in the program have been able to leverage the funding for this project to raise an additional $9.5 million for their work, and have collectively impacted a total population of 19 million women and their families. But data is only part of the long-term success story. One of the most exciting things to come out of this project is not only how it helped grow the impact of the work itself, but also how it helped advance awareness of these funds in their regions and increase the profile of women's funds nationally.
The Women's Funding Network leadership has really been instrumental in bringing together women's funds and foundations and helping us to have one voice. That collective voice is so much more powerful than any of us could be individually.
One of the most notable things is that this program has really put us on the map as movers and shakers here in Arizona.
We're being recognized by agencies here in Arkansas that hadn't prior to been supporting partners. We've been recognized by federal and state partnerships for the work that we're doing. We really are seen as a practitioner of economic development.
I love the energy that the Women's Funding Network is bringing to our membership, not just around resources, but also around availability, access to them, asking the critical questions, the ongoing connection and support through the monthly or the weekly chats and conversations and schedules, the training. I'm excited about what Women's Funding Network is bringing to its members at this time more than ever. And I've been a member for over 20 years.